This week's UDL for week 11, I will be discussing one student I observed throughout the semester while at Rayburn Intermediate. The student I was observing was named Sam. He was in the 8th grade science class that I was observing, and I got to know him as I was observing from a distance, and I really got to see how he learned, his interactions with other people, his behavior, and why he was acting the way he was. Sam is a foster kid. He recently got placed with a new family, and he was definitely struggling in school, as I heard the teacher talking to him about his grades multiple times and how she had to have meetings with other teachers on how to keep his grades up. The other thing I noticed about him was he had some holes in his pants, which is against the dress code for Clovis Unified, which is what prompted me finding out that he was a foster kid. He was a very talkative person. He had a short attention span, and he always wanted to be the center of attention. When I first started observing, he was placed in a group of people, and as I went back the following weeks, he ended up being placed in the front of the room by himself because he couldn't focus. He was definitely the class clown type, and he wanted everybody to hear him at all times. As I said before, he was moved to the front of the class, but this prompted him to focus better. He was able to pay attention during the lectures a lot better, as well as get his work done. However, during this process of being moved by himself, he lost the help of his peers, which I noticed he used a lot of help from his peers when he was sitting in a group. So it was kind of a positive and negative for him being by himself. Sam had a really good relationship with the teacher. She was always checking on him, and they would always smile and laugh together. However, she had to be tough on him at times, and she would always go over and tap on his paper to get him to focus, and it was a very good non-verbal communication to get them on the same page. He definitely focused better and was more quiet when he was told to, but he had to have the structure of being checked on often to be effective in the classroom. Sam did not ask many questions while in class. He was pretty quiet and focused on his own work once he was moved to himself. He would ask questions to his peers, but it was oftentimes across the room if he needed to ask a question, not just the group near him. While other students completed their assignments, he oftentimes had to take it home as homework because he had a tough time focusing and doing it while in class, but ultimately he finished his work. When given this assignment, I immediately thought about Sam because he was somebody I was watching often. I wanted to see how the teacher interacted with him, kept him on task while he was being the center of attention. A lot of students looked to him to gauge how they should be acting, and although he wasn't on task most of the times, when the teacher would interact with him and focus him in, the rest of the class would focus as well. So he was somebody that was really nice to observe and get to know.